Hello everyone and welcome to Gitsapalooza. Today I'm going to try something different. As you might recall, a very long time ago I did a review, I did a review of some of the scatter terrain that was available from a number of companies. I thought I would revisit at least some of that as I have gotten and painted more of the scatter terrain. So I thought I would do something high-tech and orchestrate this little round table here. You can see our little yokai is going to be there to give some sense of scale. And I am magically turning the turntable with my fingers. And even the turntable, I have you know, is appropriate for Bushido because it's made out of bamboo. And it fits one of my 8-inch diameter objective circles just perfectly, so I can change the background if I want, and so I think it'll be fun to use over the course of time. Anyway, so our little yokai is going to be helping us out. I'm going to try to do these by set, which is what I did last time, just so you know what's in each set. I'm not going to try to come up with the number, I don't think, but I will try to have them addressed correctly as far as what their titles are. So I'm just going to cut from one to another and talk a little bit about each one, and then we'll be done. Should be a short but hopefully useful video. The company we'll be covering today is OSHIRO Model Terrain. They're out of the UK. I've been ordering stuff for them for quite a while. They're very easy to work with. I'm very pleased with everything I've gotten from them. So in general, I like dealing with this company in particular. They do neat stuff, and it arrives in good shape. Let's get things started with a couple of Watari Bune, or river taxis. These are two boats. They're, maybe 7 inches long or so. You can see I just gave them a very general paint job, but their surfaces are actually very easy for models to run around on. Or put cargo in. You can do all kinds of cool stuff to them to make them look good. The larger of the two actually comes with a roof piece and then several risers. Unfortunately, these are made for a little bit smaller scale of model, and the roof just kind of got in the way. I tried mucking around with it, and it looks really cool, but for regular gameplay, we always ended up taking it off anyway. So I just fielded them without the roof, and I think they look very cool. So these are river taxis. Next up, we have the sake display temple offering. So people would buy these sake jars and leave them at the temple or the shrine as an offering to the spirits. This is a very handy little thing. It's kind of neat from a gameplay standpoint because not only is it interesting and cool, but it is a small piece of line of sight blocking terrain. So you can put it in just a little opening here or there, and it doesn't cover a whole huge area like a house would, but it can give some important cover to models that are trying to forge their way towards the objectives. So there you go. This is the Kawaya, or outdoor toilet. Doesn't really need a lot of explaining. See, kind of a simple paint job actually makes it look quite good. Again, another piece of cover, line of sight blocking terrain that is small. You can put it just about anywhere, and very handy. The website calls this a simple notification. I think the word board is probably supposed to be on there, but as you can see, it's just a board where announcements would be made to the town or village or to the public. Once again, it has the same advantage of the other two. This one isn't line of sight blocking, but it would certainly give cover. And it's relatively small, so you can put it anywhere. I like this, very nice. This one is called the Lantern Set. And in all fairness, this is 2 copies of the Lantern Set. So you'll see 2 lanterns, 2 sets of 2 lanterns each. So in one set, you'd get 2 of the wooden lanterns, you'd get 1 of the big tubs, you'd get 2 of the small sake jars, I have those painted in white, and you'd get 1 of the rice jar, which are the things that look more like vases or vases, if that's what you prefer. So this is a nice set of scatter terrain. I put some of the original sets that I have in offerings on some little shrines that I have. I can put these in the little food carts if I want. I can put the sake jars or the rice jars in the food carts, or in shops, or next to houses, or wherever I want to do with them. So these are nice little bits of terrain. Again, they are substantial enough to provide cover for the most part. I mean, little tiny things, maybe not. Depends on how you want to interpret it. But they are great mood pieces. You scatter them around and things end up looking really good. So there you go. This is the lantern set. Here we have actually 2 different sets of Japanese gravestones. We have the 2 large Japanese graves, which would be on your left, to the left of the yokai. And then we have the Japanese grave set on the right. However, the grave set is missing 2 of the graves. I don't know where they went. They're floating around in one of my many boxes that I set up for Adepticon, and I didn't find them. So you get 6 graves in the Japanese grave set. They're a mixture of stone and wood, or you can get the 2 larger stone models on the left in the 2 large Japanese graves. So I'll do a quick tour. Again, I apologize for not presenting the entire set of the one. I just couldn't find the other ones, and they're so small they could be just about anywhere. So I wanted to get this video done. So you can, of course, check out OSHIRO Model Terrain on the web and see exactly what's offered and what the prices are for everything. Here we have 2 copies of the small oven set. Comes with the oven, a bundle of wood, a couple of barrels, and a couple of boxes. I don't know what everything is for. Obviously, the wood and the ovens, the little ovens, are easy to figure out. Not sure if the boxes would have been carrying cooking supplies, or maybe bottles of oil or something like that. But again, nice little sets. Perfect to lay around and make a place look lived in and busy, so you're not just fighting on a sterile battlefield, but you're actually, fighting in a town. Makes everything look and feel a lot cooler. Here we have probably my favorite set. These are called Set of Domestic Goods. So what you get is 2 baskets or bins, whatever you want to call them. You get, I interpret as leafy greens of some sort in those baskets. They may or may not be. So you'll have to talk to OSHIRO to figure out what they're supposed to be. Some fish. The fish are just awesome. I'm going to give you guys a close-up look at the fish, if I can get it to focus. Hold on just a minute. Focus, sesame. Oh, look at that. Those are awesome. I love the fish. There we are. We've got these are either oranges or maybe persimmons. And then I just have 3 sets of those for my market. Again, I went a little, like I said, I went a little nuts on the terrain for the market town, but I just love the idea of all this stuff lying around in shop. So when I'm setting up my board, I segregate the produce. So the fish are in one place, and the persimmons and the greenery is in another, and the baskets are kind of scattered all over, or the barrels, and it makes for a much neater looking appearance. So I like it. So that brings our little tour of OSHIRO Model Terrain to an end for the day. They do have a few more things that I'd like, and I have high hopes that they will be creating more interesting odds and ends for us to scatter about. our battlefields because it does make them look a lot neater and it makes the game a lot more fun. Thank you for joining me and for taking time to watch the video on Gitsapalooza.